The fading sun, its last light wrapping around them like a spectral cloak. The air tasted of ash, a bitter reminder of what once was, of cities that gleamed in the sun, and now lay crumbled and muted beneath the weight of the scorched sky. Ariana wandered through what remained of Selim Reach, her heart a restless drumbeat in a chest that felt too full of memories and too empty of hope. The ashes stuck to her fingers like old dreams refusing to let go, and each step she took shattered the illusion of permanence that still clung to this ruined landscape. The abundant magic that had once danced through the streets like fire had been snuffed out, leaving only residual whispers and echoes, remnants of the life that pulsed here before the great conflagration tore it all asunder. Even in the wasteland, the sun clawed its way through layers of soot and haze, a defeated god lording over the desolation below. Ariana haltingly traced the outline of a decrepit building, its walls bleeding watercolors of decay, where once merchants had hawked their wares, and people surged with laughter and desire. She could almost hear the laughter now, a bright song that wrapped around her heart yet seemed worlds away, forever out of reach. With a deep rumble, "Does it hurt to remember?" Ariana turned, a fleeting frown flickering over her features before she grinned. "You didn't spook me this time, Taryn. Progress, I suppose." Taryn leaned against the crumbling wall, his undulating form half-mirrored in shadows. The sun kissed the contours of his face, gleaming against copper skin like molten metal. He smirked, the corner of his lips curling with amusement. "What would the excuse be if you had?" "Just cowardice, as always." She laughed lightly, but it trembled slightly, revealing the rawness beneath. "You can't blame me. I've lost count of how many ghosts this place hides." Taryn pushed off the wall, a lithe figure moving with a grace that belied the gravity of his presence. His dark hair flowed freely, the tendrils waving like fingers of smoke against the backdrop of ruin. "If they haunt you, they are doing so for good reason. Do you not wonder why the city still calls for you? Why you're stubborn enough to stand amidst its ashes?" "The call is not necessarily a blessing," she replied, wrapping her arms around herself as if to ward off the chill of the past. "Perhaps it's a curse," he murmured, his gaze piercing into the depths of her soul. "Or perhaps the city recognizes something in you that it needs." "A savior or a fool," she countered, arching an eyebrow. "I'm not sure which would be worse." "Both can be true at once," he said thoughtfully, stepping closer. The heat emanating from him wrapped around her, mingling with the coldness of the despair clinging to the remnants of the city. "You've savaged your own heart to find answers, Ariana. There is an ember still glowing within you, while the world around us burns." There was an unexpected weight to his words, a potent mixture of reverence and challenge that set fire to her blood. "I don't need poetry, Taryn. I need direction." "Then let's change the landscape together," he replied, his eyes smoldering with ambition. "We can find solace in the ruins. There is power in rebirth, in forging gems from dust. In communion with what remains." "Why are you so insistent on this?" she asked, taken aback by the intensity that drew them together, drawn into a spiral of uncharted intimacy that shimmered like heat waves over the barren ground. Taryn took another step closer, his breath ghosting against her skin, and for a moment, Ariana forgot the echoes of the past. "Because, my dear, you bring life to desolation. I have seen shades of your desires merge with the longing of this land. Do not shy away from what can be born from chaos." The moment hung thick between them, taut and vibrating like a bowstring pulled back, ready to snap into action. He was all carved muscle and untamed warmth, and Ariana could feel the pull of him like the tug of gravity on her heart. Her pulse quickened, a fierce undercurrent that ran deeper than mere attraction. Beneath his gaze, she could sense the intertwining of their destinies. She swayed gently, a hesitant moth drawn to the flame he represented. "We cannot change the past," Ariana whispered, blood thrumming with a tempest of emotions she dared not name. "But we can reshape the future," he finished, his finger tilting her chin so their eyes locked. The world around them vanished, swallowed whole by that one fierce connection, and her heart thundered in response as she felt drawn within his orbit. Chapter 2, Flickering Flames. Ariana stumbled upon a dilapidated market square, its stones cracked and uneven, weeds clawing through the fissures as if trying to reclaim what had been lost. Once a hub of life, laughter, and warmth, it was now a desolate realm, blanketed in soot and silence. Faint reminders of what it used to be drifted through her